Soup's on.
Soup's on. Soup's on.
All right, let's do this. Starting off with the sales. REL Property Advisors closes on $6.2 million sale of industrial property in Staten Island. REL Property Advisors has arranged the sale of a 36,602 square foot industrial warehouse property at 572 Richmond Terrace in Staten Island, New York for $6.225 million, which equates to $170 per square foot. The sale was arranged by an REL team including Sean R. Kelly, partner, and Stephen Vorvalakos, director, investment sales. The seller in the transaction was Zenith Industrial Chemicals, and the buyer was Zion Judaica. A quote: as the demand for industrial, factory, warehouse, and outdoor storage space continues to rise, pricing metrics in markets like Brooklyn have increased by more than 50%, leading investors and owner users to look elsewhere, said Kelly. Staten Island has become an attractive alternative market for those looking for well-situated properties at affordable prices. The one-story industrial warehouse property has M3-1 zoning and consists of 5 loading bays, approximately 24-foot ceiling heights and 38-foot and 55-foot horizontal column spacing. Situated on the North Shore section of Staten Island along the St. George waterfront, the industrial building provides easy access to Brooklyn, the outer boroughs, and New Jersey via the Verrazano Bridge, Bayonne Bridge, and the Goethals Bridge. In addition, it is near the Staten Island Ferry. The property recently underwent significant renovations, including the installation of new gas heating units, LED lighting, exterior and interior improvements, and roof repairs.
Soup's on.
TF Cornerstone buys Williamsburg apartment for $71 million. TF Cornerstone has acquired a 95-unit rental property in the Williamsburg neighborhood of Brooklyn for $71 million. The seller was a partnership between Trinity Place Holdings and Pacolet Milliken. JLL marketed the property on behalf of the seller and secured $35.5 million in acquisition financing from Nationwide on behalf of TF Cornerstone. Called the Berkeley, the two 7-story buildings are located at 223 North 8th Street. It was built in 2016, and the apartments range from studio to 3-bedroom units, 76 of which are market rate and 19 of which are affordable under the 25-year 421A tax abatement that expires in 2042. The JLL Capital Markets investment sales team representing the seller was led by Jeffrey Julian, Robert Hinckley, Stephen Ruttman, John Taylor, and Joy Ryu. Working on behalf of the borrower, Stephen Klein, G.F. Goldstein, Ricky Song, and Joy Ryu led the JLL Capital Markets Debt Advisory Team. A quote: the Berkeley presented a rare opportunity to acquire an institutional boutique residential property with rent upside potential in a highly desirable and proven submarket, said Julian. The property maintained over 95% occupancy throughout the pandemic, and the deal received a tremendous amount of interest from the lending community, according to Klein.
Soup's on.
On to Leases. Music publisher tunes up with Lower Manhattan lease. Reservoir Media Incorporated, the first female-founded and led publicly traded independent music company in the U.S., has signed a 10-year lease for 12,470 square feet of space, including an outdoor terrace space on the 8th floor of 200 Varick Street in Lower Manhattan. Reservoir Media will begin to occupy the new office space at the end of 2022. Brett Vericchio of Vestian Group Incorporated and Garrett Vericchio of Cushman Wakefield represented the tenant, while Robert Silver, Brittany Silver, Anthony Schiaccia, and James Jacob of Newmark, and Jeffrey Gural and Rhonda Singer of GFP Real Estate represented the landlord, 200 Varick Street, the LLC, in the transaction. A quote: 200 Varick Street is the perfect location for a leading music company like Reservoir Media, said Gural. The building is located in the hustle and bustle of downtown Manhattan and has a unique industrial feel that many tenants find appealing.
Soup's on.
Restaurant Depot leases a 64,000 square foot store on Staten Island. A large Restaurant Depot store is coming to the western shore of Staten Island. The wholesale food retailer leased 64,065 square feet at 1745-1801 South Avenue, an open-air shopping center in an industrial area near the Arthur Kill waterfront. A representative for owner A&H Acquisitions confirmed. Asking rent for the space was $25 a square foot, according to Traded New York, which first posted about the lease.
Soup's on.
Now loans. Bronx's Co-op City secures $622 million refi via Wells Fargo. City, state, and federal leaders said Wednesday evening that Co-op City's $621.5 million refinancing has been approved. The restructured mortgage loan from Wells Fargo on the 15,372-unit Bronx complex, the world's largest housing cooperative, extends the term of affordability for an additional 10 years. A quote, the Bronx's Co-op City provides an affordable home to more than 45,000 New Yorkers in an increasingly expensive housing market, said U.S. Senator Charles Schumer. That is why I worked to secure a timely refinance agreement for Co-op City, which will help maintain the quality, viability, and long-term affordability of this one-of-a-kind community. The refi includes $124 million in proceeds that River Bay Corporation, the management company for Co-op City, will use for capital improvements, including upgrades to the heating, ventilation, and air conditioning system, facade maintenance, and electrical system upgrades. State and city housing agencies will provide credit support with $55 million and $15 million coverage of the loan, respectively.
Soup's on.
MCR originates $90 million loan on mixed use in Flushing. Madison Realty Capital has originated a $90 million loan to 37 Average House LLC for a mixed-use development in the Flushing neighborhood of Queens. Located at 133-25 37th Avenue, the 263 151 square foot property adjacent to the mixed-use Tangram complex will include 150 residential condominium units, 202 hotel keys, 23,000 square feet of ground floor and below grade retail, and 300 parking spaces. Josh Zagin, managing principal and co-founder of MRC, said, demand for new residential product in Flushing continues to rise, particularly following the development of the modern Tangram complex, which offers attractive shopping, entertainment, and dining from around the globe, as well as increased public transit options for commuters that make the neighborhood more accessible. We are pleased to provide a flexible financing solution and leverage our experience in Queens and in Flushing specifically to meet the needs of this exciting community as it continues to grow, he continued.
Soup's on.
And finally today, Parkview Financial provides a $92 million construction loan for the development of a Class A 10-story office retail building in Brooklyn, New York. Parkview Financial announced today it has provided $92 million construction loan to Triangle 613 LLC for the development of a Class A office and retail project located at 1498 to 1538 Coney Island Avenue in Brooklyn, New York. The 10-story building will total 215,379 gross square feet and is situated on 0.78 acres. Parkview's loan was originated mid-construction, and the development is approximately 35% underway, with anticipated completion in October 2023. A quote, Parkview's financing is being used to pay off 2 existing loans on this project, with remaining costs allocated to complete construction, said Paul Rahimian, CEO and founder of Parkview Financial. The prime location sits along a major retail corridor in South Brooklyn and should garner high interest from the local community. As a result, this will make it a major destination for high-end retail and office, as well as providing much-needed parking. 1498 to 1538 Coney Island Avenue will be the largest speculative office retail building in Brooklyn Midwood neighborhood, with many of the surrounding commercial properties being much older B and C low-rise structures. The retail component is planned for nearly 51,000 square feet of rentable space and will be located below grade cellar as well as on the first 3 floors. Office and community facility space will total approximately 112,000 rentable square feet on floors 2 through 10. The project will also feature a unique unitronics designed for 267 space automated parking system. With more than 30% of pre-leasing commitments already in place, the project has had interest from a variety of tenant prospects, including but not limited to co-working office, medical office, health and wellness, and restaurant and supporting ancillary commercial retail uses. The property is located on the northwest corner of Coney Island Avenue and Avenue L in the Midwood neighborhood of Brooklyn. Midwood is bordered by the neighborhoods of Flatland to the east, Midwood Park, and Kensington to the north, Homecrest to the south, and Mapleton to the west. The project is a 10-minute walk from the Q subway line, accessible at either Avenue J or Avenue M subway station, and several major bus lines are within a 2-block radius. Triangle 613 LLC is an entity of Baruch Singler, an individual that has been involved in real estate for over 20 years and specializes in the purchase of vacant lands, buildings, and occupied buildings in Manhattan, Brooklyn, Queens, and Long Island. Singer has owned and managed more than 3,000 residential units throughout Manhattan. Aaron Birnbaum and Elliot Kunstlinger of Meridian Capital arranged for the financing of the loan.
And that's the way the news goes.